UFC 308 is coming up, and I'm here to talk about the main event, Max Holloway versus Ilia Topuria, and ultimately why Holloway will not only win, but also easily beat Ilia Topuria. Now, why do I say this? It's pretty simple. Two reasons. I'll go over them. First one, change style. Max Holloway, ever since that third loss to Volkanovski, has changed his fighting style where he doesn't do those tit for tat punches with the less power and those high volume. He sits down on his punches more and he tries to knock people out. We saw in the Korean Zombie fight, he was going for the knockout from the very first round. The Arnold Allen fight, he was landing the harder punches. And of course, we all remember UFC 300, the knockout against Justin Gaethje. But I feel like that knockout overshadowed the overall performance of Holloway. He had Gaethje dropped and hurt a handful of times, and that's change style is going to be perfect for someone like Ilia Topuria, who is going to be there to get hit. And why do I say he's going to be there to get hit? Ilia Topuria has no head movement. His head never comes off the center line. And what I mean by that is he tries to parry or block every shot that comes to him. If he doesn't block or parry it, he gets hit. It doesn't like he moves out the way. His head is there to be hit. In that first Volkanovski fight, as we saw, in that first round and leading up before the eventual knockout, he was getting pieced up by Volkanovski. And I feel like that knockout, it deleted that whole fight beforehand from the fans' memories. Like, yes, it's great and all, but when he fights someone like Max, who's never been knocked out, how are you going to outstrike a guy who is a better striker than you? Like, that's ultimately what it comes down to. And we saw Jai Herbert has a problem with guys taller than him. Now, I know there are certain people in the MMA community saying that Holloway struggles with shorter opponents, even though he didn't seem to struggle with Jose Aldo. But Ilia Topuria, on the flip side, struggles immensely with the long range of your opponents because he tries to just take one to give one sort of thing, where he tries to close the distance, and someone like Max Holloway is not going to allow you to keep him up against the cage like that. He's going to angle out, unlike Jai Herbert did. And also, Ilia Topuria is pretty much a boxer. He doesn't really utilize elbows, knees, kicks, and stuff like that. Max Holloway does. He has a much bigger arsenal to throw at you than that. He has the range on him, which Ilia Topuria has shown he struggles against. He has no head movement. Max Holloway is the overall better striker. The only way Ilia Topuria wins this fight is if he lands that one-punch knockout. If he doesn't, there is literally no way he can beat Max Holloway. So, please come back to this video when this happens, because Max Holloway is going to make this look super easy. Because stylistically, Max Holloway is the worst possible matchup, in my opinion, not only in the featherweight division, but in the entire UFC for Ilia Topuria. So, those are my thoughts on UFC 308 main event, Max Holloway, Ilia Topuria.